comes out occasionally to talk to the various, guards moving about and stuff like that. You're definitely getting the feeling that there is a heightened sense of watchfulness now. Also, I should probably reveal that for you. Beneath you.
Oh, yeah. He's got. How long was it until the last? It was like late afternoon when the shifts changed, didn't it?
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Hmm. Okay. I am actually going to wait like a couple hours. I am literally waiting and observing.
Okay, you're gonna try to listen in every.
Every now and again, just to see what's going on.
Okay, let's see.
Like how they go about things, what's the routines.
Okay. Listening around you, and if you're gonna be waiting there for another 2 hours, just doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You hear some various snippets. There is more talk about this intruder that apparently has feet like a cat but can change shape. There's some talk about a possibly a were-tiger or something like that. They're wondering about. There's some complaints that none of the scouts have come back, which is especially bad considering that they're the ones who know how to tell how old those tracks are, because they don't know whether these footprints were made last night, today, that sort of thing. You hear a bit about the groups that they've sent out looking for their scouting teams have not found anything yet.
Do they seem to be? Is there any like lead about like a possible course of action that they might be planning on doing?
No.
Or are they just hoping to wait out for their next shipment? Or supply run?
You don't think that you've heard anything from anyone who looks like they're really in charge. There are some people who are clearly in charge of some of the scouting, the patrol, the wall patrols and stuff like that, which is where you hear some of this stuff. But you haven't picked up anything from anyone who looks like they're higher up. That guy with the beard and the chain around his belt, he hasn't come near. You have not seen. You also not seen that half or ogre that you saw, that you made fun of before by knocking on his door and everything. Let's see. You do see a couple others that do look like they might be higher up. Let's see. There's a half orc that you've seen come out and definitely boss other people around, and he seems kind of abusive about it. But you haven't really been able to pick up on what he's.
That seems like a trait of ogres, though, in general.
It was a half orc.
Oh, sorry, half orc. Well, I thought it was an ogre for some reason. I don't know why. It's the one I was making fun of last time. That's why I got them confused.
Yeah, and there are that. Now that you've been here and you're getting better looks at these people, there are definitely half orcs and definitely half ogres amongst them, both.
How can I get like a good feel for how well armed everyone is? Like, I'm looking for like strategic values now.
All right. Well, you're seeing a lot of bows and crossbows. The half orcs seem to prefer axes. The half ogres seem to prefer spears, and the humans seem to prefer swords.
Are they going anywhere to get unequipped and equipped that I can see?
So in this time, you would guess that this building over here definitely contains barracks of some sort. You've seen a lot of them go in and out there.
Yeah.
You've seen some go. I mean, you can't really see it, but you've seen people go towards this building, but they don't stay there very long. In general.
Yeah. Based on what I know, I'm beyond certain that that's like the cafeteria or whatever mess hall.
Yeah.
All right. How far can my ring leap lengthwise? And
You.
am I on the same level as the wall? Because my
Yeah,
idea is
you're
to
about the same
jump
level.
over the wall and tumble all the way across.
During your testing, you found it could give you a good 20 to 30 feet distance on a forward.
Did
jump.
I have to run to do that though? Or was it on command?
Let me see. I don't think you actually have to run, but let me double check. Yeah, you can do it from a standstill.
Okay. I'm just thinking. All right. What time of day is it? Is it?
All right. It's mid-afternoon now.
And when did I remember the patrol? It was like early evening, wasn't it?
Yeah. You still have a number of hours left.
Yeah. Ideally, I wanted to do this when the patrols change. The shifts change, I mean. How far over will I get if I make that jump?
Well, I mean, you know that you could go 20 to 30 feet.
Alright, now I'm gonna do it from about there. Oh, 20 to 30 feet.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'll be pushing it. Oh, actually, no, there's the wall. So I'll be well over the wall.
Yeah.
Can I essentially do that and tumble roll over? That's my intent to get out.
You can try.
I ain't doing it. That's my intent.
Yeah. I mean, go to the edge
to get
and
out of this place.
Try to use the ring to jump over the wall and tumble down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just try and brace, just check over my gear roughly to see if, I don't know, maybe I could pat something a bit better so it may not break.
Give me a dexterity check, please. All right. So you go to the edge and you take a leap, expecting the ring to give you a good 20 to 30 feet distance.
Mm-hmm. He hopes.
And you don't get anywhere close to that.
Oh my god! How far do I go?
Perfectly normal jump range. Unfortunately, that doesn't even get you to the wall because you were expecting
I land
the
straight
ring.
Down.
Yeah, you basically go straight down. Give me a tumbling check with a penalty of 2, please. So it'd be +2 because to get it over. Because this is not what you were expecting.
All right, tumbling. I've got a tumbling of 18. So how do you want me to roll? Tumbling.
Basically, you need to get
1d20 plus 2.
Yeah, 1d20 plus 2 or 16 or lower, whichever one. Doesn't matter. Okay. You luckily managed to realize your error and tumble to the ground and not take damage. But you were loud.
That's going to make a hell of...
Yeah. You were loud, and that immediately gets the patrol on the wall coming. Now, first, someone from the catapult is going to come over and look, and let me see who exactly that is.
This ring's useless.
All right, so one of the half orcs on that catapult hears the sound, shouts out, and starts, heading towards where the sound came from. In addition, I would assume that you'd wait until the patrols were at their limit. One patrol that was up here hears the sound, comes that way, and the patrol that was basically down here.
What way? No, I didn't see that. The one up the top, what way are they going? They going to the left or to the right?
So
left,
they were going this way, but they turn around and they're coming around that way. And the one down here, which normally goes in this way, they're basically running to get to where you are. So since you succeeded with your tumbling, you were able to get back onto your feet. You're still invisible. What are you going to do? You can hear stamping on the walls.
He's gonna have to go over to about here.
All right, how are you moving?
As soon as I've landed, I've got to about here.
Mm-hmm.
I go like a reasonable walk speed, then I slow down and start going like up to about here.
Okay. As you're doing that, you hear someone coming down the ladder, and small bells, not the bells that you heard before when there was a shift change, starts to ring across the whole stockade.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but you're still just trying to maintain your calm and walk so that you're not leaving like hasty footprints kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for footprints and just walk into them and wait in like a big open area.
Okay. All right, and are you just going to like try to stand in the midst of the open area, or are you going to try to get somewhere and get, like what are you trying to do? Like, what's your goal?
I am gonna wait around here. When I get to about here, what are they doing?
So there's
and how often are they go? The thing is, how often are they going around this area? Because this is like in plain sight.
So with the alarm bell ringing,
because I'd assume that they're gonna be looking for hidey holes, like round corners, that kind of thing. Yeah. So my idea is to hide in plain sight, but in an open area because I'm invisible.
Right.
All right. I'm hoping it lasts.
Okay. So you're just gonna like try to avoid anyone who's walking through the area, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They're definitely investigating the large mark you left in the slightly muddy ground where you dropped down.
Mm-hmm.
And they are now spreading out. There are people coming out of both of the buildings to look around.
Mm-hmm.
There's some shouting. You do see the guy with the black beard and the chain around his belt. He comes out and is starting to direct people, shout at them, find out what's going on. So is a human and another half-orc, the same half-orc that you saw kind of being abusive before.
Mm-hmm.
These people definitely seem like they're, high-up commanders type things. The human is, let's see, how did I describe him?
I'm so disappointed. If I live, I'm going to be so mad at Yeldan.
That's great. I know, I love it. So he comes out. He's carrying a halberd and Lemelar armor, and he's got a kind of a thick cloak on as well. And he is also taking some, directing some of the searches. And they're basically spreading out, and yeah, they're kind of like looking underneath the parapets, checking inside the doors. They're definitely checking inside all of these buildings over here. You know, all these doors over here, and trying to do thorough searches and stuff like that. There's just they're just all spread out now throughout the stockade, checking nooks and crannies, like you said.
I'm trying my best to wait it out in a big open area.
Okay. All right, go ahead and give me a dexterity check. This is for generally trying to avoid anyone who walks too close to you and stuff like that without tipping them off to your presence. Okay, that's pretty good. So how long are you going to do this?
Until it calms down.
Okay. All right.
My thought process is just be in like the most open area, the most non-obvious place.
All right. After about an hour of thorough searching, you can definitely see that the black-bearded guy is not happy. But having him being out, and you're actually in a little bit better position to get a good look at him now, since you're kind of standing still and you can keep a better eye on him. You actually realize that he's a half-orc. One of the least half-orcs that you've ever seen, but you realize now that he's a half-orc.
He's probably got orcish blood.
So, with that, after about an hour, he issues some commands, and you see now that extra patrols are moving up to the walls, but otherwise things are settling back down normally. And also...
So it's like 4 patrols?
Yeah, there's now 4 patrols, and also there's at least 1 person outside of every door now.
It's like Lafdul's going to be waiting a long time. It's a good thing invisibility lasts 24 hours.
Yep.
Alright, he's just going to have to wait until the shifts change out in the middle there.
By the well kind of thing?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Well, not too close to the well, like about there-ish, because people are going to go to the well every now and again.
Okay. Yeah, you do see every once in a while some of the women that you saw earlier coming out to get water.
I'm like trying to avoid common walkway pathways, so I assume like there for the door, there for the door. So I'll be like there.
Okay. Although keep in mind that there is a ladder up that way.
Yeah, but one. The ladder's over there. Where's the other ladder? Oh, the other ladder. Actually, I will go to about here. About here then.
Okay.
Occasionally looking up to see if something's landing.
All right. And another hour has passed. An hour passed with them searching for you. What do you want to?
There's nothing I can do. I'm literally going to wait a long time before I do anything.
Okay.
Probably like the middle of the night, maybe, or maybe starting the next morning when they have to take the rotations around, because there's no way these people can stay up as forever.
All right, so you want to wait you want to first wait until they do a shift change and then kind of decide what to do then.
Yeah, I'll see what happens at the shift change.
Okay. You go ahead and stand around for a while, and that is going to be another... So that's basically going to be standing around for 3 hours or so. You're fine with that? That's what you're going to do?
How much avoidance am I going to have to be doing?
If you're up in that, not so much. because
the most strategically ideal place.
Generally,
I can think
when
of.
people are moving, they're going from these doors down here or here, going from these doors up and around to the ladder, going up here like that. This, and that's one of the reasons you kind of realize now why the ship was there.
Yeah. That's why I want to be in that general area.
Yeah, because there aren't a whole lot of people moving through there.
Yeah, I'll have to wait it out.
All right, so you're gonna wait until the shift changes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The gong sounds, and only 2 of the patrols come down off of the wall at this time, while 2 more go up.
Yeah, well, I'm not chancing that, even so I will just have to wait. I have to wait probably to the morning.
Okay, so you're just gonna keep waiting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lafdul doesn't come back to the party for an entire day, if he does at all.
Yeah, so the sun starts going down, and everyone else, go ahead and let me know what you would do if Lafdul doesn't come back by the time the sun starts going down. I know Big Mac, Braxon, you want to go sabotage the jetty.
The longer it takes, the more I agree. Leva agrees with Braxon, and she is asking him to not go via the lake, but actually try and walk by the stockade to see if there's anything unusual happening there. Because it's unusual that Lafdul is still not back. After all, he's been there once before, so he should know his way around.
Now, Braxon hasn't actually gotten a good view on the stockade before.
Yeah, but he could. I'm not asking him to go inside, but
No,
I'm asking him to sort of walk around the outside and check whether he can see some people being nervous or something like that.
Okay, so the question Braxon would ask Leva, because she's a spell expert, is can he attack the jetty and remain invisible?
Oh.
If you're undoing stuff, then I assume not.
If we ask Old, then he'd probably say, "You don't know."
Well, look at it like this: if you're undoing like a knot or something, you're not particularly sabotaging. You're simply undoing a knot.
Yeah.
If you're actively burning something, you're actively pouring acid on something, you're actively doing something hostile. So I think it's down to.
Yes.
Okay, so
and Braxon, it's also
you're underwater.
It's probably your mindset as well. So if you go there knowing that you're actually destroying the jetty, then it may.
You're causing a distraction's different than destroying your intent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well if I become visible, I should see something.
You're underwater, aren't you?
Well,
you can go underwater.
Well, you're not here.
Yeah, I know.
Leva was suggesting that Braxon walks to the jetty rather than go under the water.
On the other hand, you already said that you could sabotage the jetty from below the water, so you could.
That's true, but as you suggested, I go and have a look. I think Braxon would walk slowly towards the camp and see if he can get onto the jetty from the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And if everyone's inside the stockade and he can walk onto the jetty and there's no one defending it, no one outside, he will walk onto the jetty and sabotage it from the top and then slip into the water if people come out.
What will you do from the top?
Just cut the ropes between the boats on the pontoons that hold in the jetty.
And what will you do if that action makes you visible? Drop
in the water. If he notices.
And how do you deal with the creatures that you saw underwater? I mean, after all, you won't be visible. You won't be invisible anymore.
I think he'll deal with it if it comes to that.
Yeah, Braxon will deal with that if it happens. He hasn't really thought about it. So he's going to go
That's
off.
why. That's why Leva is asking. That's why Leva is asking.
Well, he's going to go off because he thinks a distraction by breaking the jetty might help Lafdul to escape.
Do you need to cut, or can you just undo some knots?
I'll find out when I get there. From underneath, it looked like I needed to cut some stuff.
Okay.
But then from underneath, it's, the things are, they don't put things in the water that they don't want to rot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Like an hour after Braxon gets back, Yeldan would have went to try. Actually, after they've both left, Yeldan would have tried talk.
You're breaking up. I'm not sure if everything you're trying to say is coming through.
Hello? Testing,
Mhm.
testing, testing. Am I still breaking?
Yeah.
You're fine now.
Okay. Yeldan would have tried about an hour after they left to talk to what's again the fairy sprite
Left the ferry, Fellerin.
Thelaran. Yeah, he would try to talk to Thelaran.
Yeah, Felleran
This-
is not with you right now, and you're not entirely sure why. He didn't tell you guys why he was leaving, but he apparently left at some point. Either that, or he's just being really quiet and joking with you, which is a thing that has been known to happen with them. But he doesn't respond to when you call for him.
I'll be like, I hope you're
I'll
not
be
playing a
asleep.
prank because I want to know. I'd like to know if there's any patrols out right now that we need to worry about catching sight of us.
No.
No response?
Nope.
He's actually not here.
So this is an hour after they first leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll wait around for Braxon to get back.
Okay.
And then
Braxon,
Well,
I will follow
just-
you. Braxon,
just-
I will follow you in the distance.
Yeah. Just to be straight, before Braxon goes back to do the sabotage, he tells people about the various sites of interest and says what he's done, tying the knots. Says that he's found the creature. Doesn't know exactly what it is, but it might be a dragon. Says that he's found an entrance into the well, and at least one of us could get in from swimming in, and he's marked it by tying the weeds together. And the third thing he says is we can sabotage the jetty, which will make them come out to repair the jetty either now or later. And that's what he wants to do because it will make some of them come out of the camp. Then he goes off to do it.
Leva will follow you in the distance. Follow you in the distance.
You can't, he's invisible.
That's correct, but I'm trying to find. Oh, here we are, the ruler. If we are here,
Oh, hold on. I need to switch over to that. All right.
if we are here, and Leva goes over here, which isn't that where we were last time when we were
Ooh.
waiting?
On the southern side?
For-
No, you guys were never on the southern side.
We were over here.
No. Before that, when Lafdul
And-
went inside the first time.
We were
You were
here.
just
We-
like
we
one.
were-
You were one hex over. That's all. Yeah.
No, we were a
Alright.
lot.
Where Ash
we were a lot
So-
closer.
where Higgimus just pinged.
I thought
Okay.
we were in this hex, like right at the
Mm-mm.
edge of the forest.
Mm-mm.
No,
Or close
because
to the
that
edge.
was visible from the stockade, as far as I remember. What we could do is be in this hex again, and observe the stockade as Braxon makes his way across to sabotage the jetty. Because if he makes a mistake or if something goes wrong, there will be a big chaos breaking out over there. And then we can actually step in and help.
Okay.
Probably need someone with a spyglass to do that.
All right. First
Yeah.
of all, Braxon, after you relate everything and you realize that Lafdul isn't back, you're leaving immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're not
so
gonna.
you're not
I
gonna
was
wait.
gonna wait an hour, but okay.
All right. So the rest of you guys, do you want to then move closer? Or do you want to stay where you are? Do you want to
Lever
go with
moves
what?
closer.
I'll
I
move.
thought
Yeldan will move closer and climb up a tree and have a look at the fort with his spyglass.
Okay. Yeldan, since you have seen the stockade before, you notice that now.
How is this been? Braxon was gone for 3 hours. So it's been at least 3 hours.
No, Braxton was
It's
gone for
been
4
quite
hours.
4
It's
hours.
been quite
so
a, quite a bit
It's-
longer.
It's late afternoon, late afternoon now. At this point.
As I understand, Lafdul spent at least several hours waiting around.
yeah, no. This is. I don't. I
So
was
so
trying to gauge.
you can see that there are actually 4 patrols on the wall now. Now you haven't seen the stockade in the last couple days, so yesterday at all kind of thing. So you don't know if this is a response to other stuff or if this is a response to Lafdul. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Okay. So I will say, okay, there's 4 patrols instead of the usual 2, which means if Lafdul did something that caused a disturbance, he hasn't been caught yet. Because otherwise, it wouldn't keep the stepped-up patrols going.
Unless, of course, they think that he's just one of a group.
I was
unless they
just going
think that
to
there's a
say
larger
that.
group
Yeah, I was
in
going
there.
to think that. There's bound to be more if there's one.
Unless they think
Well,
that there's a larger group of like invisible people in there.
In any case, what it means is they're somehow more alert than they were before. If I read this right.
Do I notice the spiky ball's gone?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay. I won't mention it yet, but I'll note that it's gone.
How big is that ball? I thought it wasn't really that big.
It's
It's
pretty
a
big.
ship.
It's
It
pretty
was
big.
pretty. If it turned out to be a Spelljammer ship, it was pretty. It had to be a decent size.
I mean, you can kind of see it there on the map. I mean, it's good 15 feet in diameter at least before the spikes. So, all right, Braxon, you head down to the you're not going into the water yet. You're going to go on to the
No,
gate itself.
because Aliva recommended that I go and look at the base from the outside. Braxton's going to take that advice, and he's going to go to this sort of area.
Yeah.
And he's going to see whether he can approach the jetty without patrol spotting him, because he knows he's not sneaky.
Okay.
So, is that possible? Is it sort of contained in the base, or is it outside?
It's outside. The stockade itself is up on a little bit of a rise, not not real high kind of thing, but the ground is definitely a little bit higher where the stockade is than the shore.
What's the surface of the ground like? Is it swampy, boggy, or
No,
can
it's
Braxon
pretty
walk
dry.
over it without? So he won't leave footprints.
Well, you might. You're
But
not gonna.
not
You're not
not
leaving
massively
footprints
obvious ones.
in mud.
Yeah.
At least not until you get close to the shore, kind of thing.
But then there's the constant water washing over it, right?
Okay,
Well,
so
there's no tide, really,
if Braxton sees there's no one on the jetty,
and there is not.
right, so what he's going to do, he's going to go onto the jetty, and he's not going to sabotage one side totally. He's going to loosen it, and then he's going to go loosen the other bit on the other side, so that it's ready with a couple of cuts to break it, and then he's going to go down and find somewhere in the middle of the jetty where he can do the same thing and loosen that. So when he's weakened the jetty in a couple of points, he wants to go back, cut those points, push off, then go further along the jetty, And if arrows don't start shooting at the jetty, he's going to split the jetty in half as it floats away.
What do you mean by split the jetty in half?
Well,
I
you
don't-
said there was floating pontoons.
Yeah.
So he wants to break the jetty away from the shore at some point, so that it's not long enough for a ship to dock there.
Yeah.
And then he wants to go out between two of the pontoons, and having pre-weakened it, be ready to make a couple of cuts, push away, and then go out and when the jetty's floating away from the shore, to separate that part as well, so the jetty breaks up into two bits.
So one small bit remaining on shore, and then two more bits
Yeah.
floating away. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so it looks like someone's attacked lots of the jetty.
Okay.
And then he's going to keep an eye out for people coming out and shooting. If there's any shooting, he's going to get in the water.
All right, and are you going to be? What are you going
Isn't
to be
it-
using for this?
Okay, question. Is it one piece? Isn't it all one piece with pontoons just in the corners holding it on the above the water?
No, it's basically like a series of rowboats, and then boards laid across on top of them.
So
Oh,
can Braxon look at himself to see that he's invisible?
Yeah, you
Right.
hold up your hand in front of your face, and you can't see it.
Okay, so he'll take that dwarven dagger, because it's quite poetic, and he'll try cutting a bit of the rope and see if he turns visible and be ready to drop in the water.
Okay, you do not become visible.
Okay, so he'll do most of the cutting in the four positions with the dagger, so that it's all prepped, and then when it's all prepped, he's gonna finish cutting through, and I don't know whether he's got something to push away. Otherwise, he'll just lie on his back and use his feet to push away, like launching a ship.
Okay. All right. It takes a while for you to do that. The sun is beginning to set as that happens. Before you're ready to separate it, you do hear a gong or a bell from inside the compound,
Mm-hmm.
and you see some activity on the walls. No arrows are coming towards you or anything like that, so you're not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeldan's
No-
looking at wells still.
You're not there though.
Yeah, I know. I'm different, but I'm still looking at the. I'll definitely bring the spyglass out again if he had gone.
Yeah, Braxton's going to keep paying a lot of attention to the wall to see if people are looking in his direction, but he'll just carry on with the plan.
Okay. So you're ready to kick it off from the piece remaining on shore, and
Yep.
okay.
And then he'll, when he's kicked it off enough, he'll go out and split what's floating and kick off with that.
Okay. The second you push it apart from the shore, you do hear a shout from the wall.
Yeah.
It's too far away to really make out what's going on. But Lafdul, you hear someone from inside on the wall shout out that the dock's broken.
How? This is quite convenient for Lafdul for some reason.
So
Patrols changing.
there's a few coming out, and the human that you saw with the halberd after a few moments comes out of the larger building, the two-story building, and goes up on the wall to talk with the guards up there to find out. You can't hear what's being said, but you see him.
I
going up
assume
there.
they go down the bottom ones, not the top ones.
Huh?
I'd assume they went to the bottom catapults, not the top ones. Isn't the jetty on the south side?
Yeah, it is. I didn't. Say
Oh, or
anything
is it
about,
on the
I didn't
east?
say anything about bottom catapults.
Oh,
I think you
Alright.
misunderstood. He goes to the southern wall.
all right.
I'll be clearer. and above the gate, and because that's where the guys were that
Notice.
that noticed. And he's having some sort of conversation with them while you're there. The patrols kind of are holding steady where they are, kind of looking around, looking out, trying to figure out what's going on, kind of thing.
Mm.
You're still standing, Pat?
What is there a heated conversation, or are they looking around? What are they doing? Are they looking out towards
They're on the other
out?
side of the compound from you.
All of them?
Well, I mean, not the patrols, but
'Cause
the patrols are standing where they are. Some of them are looking at, the ones on the two side walls are looking out at the lake, whereas
But aren't there
the ones
guards at the stairs?
on the ladders. Hold
Yeah,
on,
they're still.
James, can you mute yourself? I'm getting a lot of background noise, and it's really distracting.
Oh, sorry. That's my mic rubbing against my shirt. Sorry.
So the ones on the sidewalls here, they're kind of moving so they can get a better view and looking at what's going on. The one up here is basically looking into the courtyard across to see, what's being discussed down here. You're too far away to see, to hear anything about what's going on, but you can see them having a discussion up there.
Yeah, but I was wondering, there's still people stationed at the ladders.
Yes.
So I can't go using the ladders. And were they going downwards? The ones over on the left, can you see?
A bit. Yeah.
A bit.
Yeah, they're not like going down to the corner, but they're going to get a better view so that it's not quite as blocked by this building here.
And they're not doing anything.
The one on the ladder, the ones guarding the ladders are not. No.
Well, I've got one chance to get up over a bloody wall. Alright, he's gonna start walking over there, so he's gonna walk over there.
Okay.
What happens when he walks to about there?
As you're walking over there, you see one of the guards up here go down and head to this building here and head inside there. And then you're past that and you can't see what's going on anymore.
What about the patrol up here? Whereabouts is it up there?
They have moved to about here to give them a better view of what's going on out on the lake.
All right.
There's a guy in front of the latrine door, by the way.
Yeah.
So there's a guy right there.
Can I? All right. If I'm here, if I'm thinking about casting silence, but from us, it literally kills out all background sound as soon as I do it, so they'll notice something's up. 15 feet. Oh, is it 15 feet? How long is it?
Silence 15-foot radius. So it's a 30-foot diameter.
Yeah, 15. Alright, if I cast silence there is a variable component, but I assume it's like, you say silence and something to silence.
It depends on the casting time.
That's a good point, actually. 5. So, 20 seconds.
Well, no, but I mean, the casting time doesn't...
I'm guessing.
Yeah, casting time does not correspond because...
No, I'm trying to put a frame of mind on it.
Yeah, it's short, but it's not as short as a 1, so... A casting time of 1 is basically literally one word. Like, power word kill. Kill. And it has a casting time of 1. So, 5, think of it more as like 5 words or a full sentence, that kind of thing.
That's so nice. I should have cast it there and walked. Could I? No. Can I? I can't see any of my potions or use any of them, can I? No.
You can. I mean, you can't see them. You can use them.
Fumble. Oh, I'm just gonna have to take my chances. A distraction has been caused, but however, I'm gonna cast it a little bit like there.
Okay, you're gonna cast Silence 15-foot radius.
Yep. I'm gonna try.
All right. So you cast it, and suddenly all sound around you disappears entirely. It is completely
I
dead
immediately
silence.
look up. I immediately look up there. Up in that direction, you see?
Yeah.
What are the is the patrol looking my direction?
No.
What about there?
No.
Alright, I climb up the wall. Straight across.
Okay, you're gonna have to jump up to the parapet and climb up. And pull yourself
What's
up.
parapet?
There's.
Can I give myself a little bit of a jump boost with a ring and then grab something?
So I mean, right here, this walkway right here.
Yeah.
That's not a solid wall underneath it. You know, if you go to the bottom.
Is it
map,
like an overhang or something?
Yeah, there's an overhang, but it's about 10 feet up.
Can I use a jump ring and hope that it gives me enough to use that and grab and climb myself up?
You can try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Got the silence spell.
Give me a dexterity check. Okay, I'm going to need a strength check then, because you just barely grab on with a perfectly normal jump for you.
Strength is 14.
Okay, well,
Am I scraping by here?
It's kind of weird because you feel yourself making loud grunts of, pain.
Oh yeah,
and
but I'm
struggling,
silent, so
getting up this, and it's completely silent. You can feel yourself making these grunts, and there's no sound whatsoever.
Yeah, it's so convenient being a cleric thief. It really is. All right, am I up and over?
You are up on the parapet. You want to climb down the other side, or do you want to jump down the other side?
If they're not looking at me, I'm gonna climb down.
They're not looking at you, but they're now looking past you and down to the ground behind you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And they're starting to move.
All right, now I'm gonna jump, tumble, and run.
All right, go ahead and give me a tumbling check.
Yes, 18. I assume that's a success.
You tumble. You
I am legging it.
you vault over the top of the wall and tumble to the ground and just like roll up onto your feet and run. As you're running, you can't hear anything at all.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm just running. Even if I'm being shot at, I'm still going to run. I'm invisible, so...
Yeldan, you do see some activity on the west wall. The patrol that was looking out at the lake seems to turn around and go back, and but you can't really make out anything beyond that. Braxon, you've gotten the two pieces separated, and you're gonna slip back down into the water and are you gonna go underwater back up and to where the party was?
I think Braxon might see if he can kick in the water underneath the water on the second bit and see if he can move it a bit further out.
You can like kind of hang on the bottom and try to kick if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like get into the water and hold on to the bottom and try to.
Yeah, try and give it a bit more push. If it doesn't look like it's working, he'll give up quite rapidly.
All right, go ahead and give me a strength and a dexterity check.
Okay. Oh, these are open rolls, yeah?
Yeah, it's fine.
First one's strength check. That's probably not very good.
Not if you got 16.
Okay.
And that's not too bad.
You're not able to get it as you don't know how to swim, so you're kind of like flailing. You're more flailing underwater than anything else. So you don't get as much distance as you really wanted, but you got a bit more.
Yeah.
So, you kind of like better than nothing. Now, how are you going to get back to the party? You're going to be underwater, I assume.
Yeah, and there was a bit of a cliff there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So, I can't remember how far you had to go before it got shallow, because I know it was deep there as well.
Basically, right there. Well, okay. Let's see. I think I can do it. Nope, that's not it. This one. So right there is where it shallows out.
Yeah.
So it turns into a gentle slope. If you want to go up that way.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what. Braxon will swim back towards the shore, and if he stays near the, sorry,
you can walk.
Yeah, I was going to say if he can swim, he'll try and get out. Otherwise, he'll just let himself go to the bottom and walk back.
Swimming for you is flailing.
Right.
Maybe if you're lucky, doggy paddling.
Okay.
But you do you do have some of your weapons with you and your lantern and stuff like that. So that's kind of weighing you down, bringing you down, and the helmet.
Yeah. Can you make a roll to see if he gets anywhere near the shore? Otherwise, I'll just walk back. I'll walk back on the bottom.
Yeah.
He'll drop to the bottom and walk back.
Okay. All right. So you meet back up with the rest of the party. Lafdul, however, you get to where you left the party, and they're not there. Also, Braxon, give me an intelligence check as well before you get out of the water.
Okay. Dun dun dun.
Oh hell!
All right, never mind. All right. So you get out, and you've accomplished your mission, and Lafdul, you have gotten back to where you left the party originally, and they're not there.
We're gonna, after Braxon gets back with us, we're gonna move back to where we were before, where that was the meeting point.
Okay. Lafdul, what would you do getting there and finding no one there?
I think Higgimus said
Well, I didn't ever say that I was going to go where Braxon was, but I think at part of the conversation where that was happening, I was still on mute.
Okay. Would you have let them go off alone, or would you have gone with them? Because basically it was Braxon was going to go into the water, and Leva and Yeldan were going to the edge of the forest, and that's just two people kind of thing.
Yeah,
let them go off alone.
Ockar would have. Yeah, Ockar didn't say anything about going either.
I think I would have stayed behind and waited for Lafdul.
Well,
So
I definitely would have said that there needs to be people that stay put.
If Higgimus goes with them, then I would stay behind.
All right. Well, keep in mind that means that you and your wolf are staying there alone, and could be easy prey for things that find you.
Never mind then.
Again,
Not
this is kind of
easy.
the separate, splitting the party kind of thing.
No,
It's up to
I
you.
definitely would say that we needed to stay where Lafdul is expecting us.
Okay, so you and Ockar and the wolf would have stayed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay then.
All right.
I'd like at least one other party member with me, if I'm staying.
Yeah, so, I mean, generally, unless people specifically say, nope, I'm splitting up, I'm assuming that when a couple people are like, I am absolutely, positively going off and doing this, then unless it's like a stealthy thing, I'm generally going to assume that people are going with them unless they speak up otherwise because of the whole don't split the party type situation.
Yeah. I think
but
part of that, my mic was still on.
We've proven that over several times that that's an urban myth.
I mean, no, I'll be fine with the retcon this time, but in the future,
yeah, that's fair.
And if things start going fast and you're like, well, no, I would stay behind, kind of thing, then say something. So.
Yeah,
I was like,
or type it.
Yeah, or you can type it too. That works too.
There's a few things that I had to sit and wait to do because people kept talking and talk. I was like, I sat and wait so I could get my bit in about like hour after they left.
That's what I wanted to say originally.
Yeah, so you can type it in. That's one of the things that you can do to type it in, and I'll keep that in mind and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's why I typed what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So then and that's a good way of getting that that note in, so that when I circle back around to the group, then it's a case of, okay, now what are you guys going to do? I know that Braxon is going to do this kind of situation.
Yeah, because I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, and Leva knew that she was going to go with Braxon in this particular case.
Okay, and I usually do see those types of things, so... all right, well,
okay,
then in that case, Lafdul, you get back to the group. You get back to Higgimus and Ockar, but not Yeldan, Braxon, and Leva, who will probably show up.
Goodness, Lafdul, what took you so long?
But
you don't see him.
That's going to have to wait.
You're going to find out next week.
Until next week. Because it is time to end the session.
I get an entire week to contemplate Yeldan's fate.
Hey, the fact that you found out that a ring only has 4 charges wasn't because of me. I never used the ring that much to figure out what the limit was.
And that's I've been keeping track of how often he's using it per day, and he is not even close. Even when he was saying I'm doing some testing, he only did 2 jumps. Which is why when you said that you were doing some testing,
perfect.
I specifically said, "Oh, so you're doing 4 times? Okay."
So charges.
Braxon, remember that Old asked you how many times and how you wanted to go about using your helmet? Maybe you should be careful with the helmet usage in the future.
I don't think Braxon would figure this out until he was drowning.
Yeah.
So, is it possible to recharge magic items or not?
Oh, some items have a limit of use per day.
Yeah. Use per day. It's got expanded.
Well,
it might be all right.
You won't know until the next day whether the ring still works. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
All right,
if it doesn't, then it's useless and we can throw it away.
Well, it might still be a pretty trinket to wear.
You could sell it.
Now, we know it's had more than 4 uses in total.
All right, let's see.
Probably
That's going to be...
Yeah, there goes Yeldan's plan of possibly ambushing, because Yeldan's like, I'm not going to stand around and wait for all day.
Right, Keller would have stayed with Higgimus and Ockar as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, so let's see. We are going to get... This is going to be kind of rather disparate points. Let's see.
Well, only 2 people really did anything.
No, you guys did quite a bit at the beginning.
Everyone...
Yeah, we did some...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did like a bunch of tracking. We found the dwarf. And then we kind of stand around, did nothing most of the day. The only reason why Yeldan did nothing all day is because Celoen wasn't there. He would have been, throughout the entire day, trying to see if Celoen was back or not.
The only thing I did was get people to go where we're supposed to be going today.
But it's okay.
So, Higgimus, Leva, and Ockar, you get 100 experience points each.
More than I expected.
I expected 0.
I never give 0. If you were here and you were joining in some of the conversations and stuff like that, you get at the very least the minimum for the day. Braxon, you get 600 experience points.
600?
600.
Wow.
Lafdul, you get 600.
Yay.
And Yeldan, you get 200.
Is it
I get-
split between my classes, yeah?
Yeah, that's what
Not
classes.
anything particular.
I thought
so-
Lafdul would get more, because Braxton's not meant to be sneaky.
So, you both had a story. You both played through a story.
You went into an incredibly dangerous cave
And
Yeah.
survived.
and survived, and
And
didn't get Braxonitis and try to pocket some of the things that were in there.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
The thing is Braxton only likes useless stuff.
But there might have been useless stuff in there. You didn't look around well enough to know.
there might have been.
And Braxton really goes into detail about what was in that thing. Higgimus is going to get ideas.
Yeah.
Oh god.
All right,
Y'all
so
make-
Had a rare attack of being careful.
yeah, it served.
Well,
him
he was told there was a big monster that lives under the water.
We're going to come back to this place.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeldan will point out if that's a dragon, he wants nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I think Lafdul's on the same page as Yeldan on this one.
It's
Well,
gonna
Braxton wouldn't
bomb
mind
them.
coming back because there's a damaged ship that could be repaired and taken back to Brow.
And there were shiny things in there. Come on, guys, shinies.
There's shiny things, yeah.
And Levi is curious. He wants to know whether there really is a dragon in there or wyvern or something. She just wants to
In
see
which
what's
case-
in there.
In which case, this is why we need to wake it up, stir its little nest a bit, like Steve Merwin would do, and
And get ourselves all get half the party killed.
Well, to be fair, it wouldn't be the first time we got most of the party killed.
That's true. That's true. Oh, we're never forgetting that. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
This is where we need to find a way to make one of Higgimus's bombs float. and Braxton would leave it in the cave with a long fuse.
It doesn't work that way.
Well,
It's
no,
a
I mean-
impact grenade.
If you
Why do you need it floating?
if you can come up with a way in which to utilize it, I will be all for it. And
Pack it into a plastic bag.
let me put it this way: if someone can come up with a way to use this impact grenade remotely to wake this thing up, you will get extra experience points, even if it ends up killing you guys. Just because
Wait.
that's ingenious. Anyway,
Wait. An impact grenade, that means it has to hit something to blow up, right?
yeah, but if you can come up with a way to trigger it remotely, like
We
I
don't
said,
have a
No way.
tinker gnome.
like I said. Anyway,
No way.
well, you can talk about it
Well,
in between sessions. We'll leave the
Oh.
viewers
Oh,
anticipating. Anyway,
I've worked it out.
all
But
right,
never mind.
next week. Thank you guys for playing. Thanks everyone out there for watching. Hope you had a good time.
Yeah, I had a fantastic time. May or may not have almost died.
Hey,
But you
Braxton
didn't-
almost died too, so.
You didn't. And where did you almost die? I mean, the only thing you had to do
I
was
got so
stand
close
up
to being
people-
killed.
Yeah, but you didn't.
I think Lafdul nearly died more than Braxton nearly died.
I had one bad roll and I bump into someone. I would have been, well, it would have probably been like an intelligence check to realise what he bumped into or something.
I mean, how many times did you actually try the ring after
Are we
noticing
wrapping
that
up?
it didn't work?
Yeah.
After
close to
noticing that it didn't work.
All right, well, I'm going to end the stream
I
now.
didn't
So
realise.
thank you guys for playing.
I think all wants to stop.
See you next
Thanks
week.
for the game.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.